Weather News Bulletin 7-day forecast. Good day to all our viewers. You are now watching the U.S. Weather Forecast News Bulletin. Ladies and gentlemen, in the coming days, the United States will face a remarkable and record-setting weather pattern. An unusual cold air mass from Canada is pushing south, causing sharp drops in temperatures and breaking many late summer low-temperature records. At the same time, central and southern plains states such as Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas are bracing for severe flooding threats due to prolonged heavy rains. Meanwhile, in the Atlantic, tropical disturbance Invest 99L is approaching the Lesser Antilles, with the potential to enter the Caribbean and strengthen in the coming days. Today's bulletin will provide a detailed analysis of this record-breaking cold outbreak, the flood risks in the south-central region, and the growing tropical activity in the Atlantic, offering you a full picture of weather across the U.S. and the Atlantic for the next 7 days. Record cold surges south, an early breath of autumn. The central focus this week is a powerful cold air mass originating in Canada, under the influence of a deep trough over the northern Great Lakes and strong northwesterly upper-level winds. This cold air is spilling into much of the United States. It is being described as one of the strongest late August cold outbreaks in decades. Normally, late August marks the peak of summer, with widespread highs of 85 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 29 to 35 degrees Celsius. This year, however, temperatures are forecast to drop sharply. In the Midwest, daytime highs will only range 55 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 12 to 18 degrees Celsius, with nighttime lows near 40 degrees Fahrenheit and even approaching the freezing mark of 32 degrees Fahrenheit in some areas. Particularly in northeastern Minnesota and Wisconsin, patchy frost could appear, an extremely rare event for late August. Meteorologists point to several contributing factors: a massive Canadian trough, persistent northwesterly flow aloft, and a strong four corners high-pressure system acting as a wall that forces cold air south and east. As a result, this chill will not stay confined to the Great Lakes but spread broadly across the Midwest, Northeast, Ohio Valley, and even into Florida and Texas. Daily weather progression. Monday, August 25th. Cold expands into Ohio and Pennsylvania. Daytime highs only 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Nighttime lows in the 40s. Northeastern Minnesota may bottom out at 35 to 37 degrees Fahrenheit, near frost threshold. Tuesday, August 26th. The chill reaches the southeast. Cities like Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, and even Jacksonville, Florida, will be 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit below normal. Residents may need light jackets in the morning. Wednesday, August 27th. Nearly all areas east of the Mississippi River fall under the cold air mass. Daytime highs broadly 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, with crisp, autumn-like air. Meanwhile, Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah remain hot above 95 degrees Fahrenheit and dry. Thursday, August 28th. The cold peaks. Nighttime lows in many Midwestern states will be 38 to 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Some households may even turn on heating systems in the middle of summer. In contrast, the Southwest stays hot, mixed with erratic monsoon storms. Friday to Sunday, August 29 to 31. Cold lingers before slowly weakening. However, models show another Canadian low could bring renewed chill in early September. Heavy rain and flood threat in the south-central U.S. While the north and east feel the early chill, the south-central U.S. faces prolonged rainfall. The Four Corners High is pulling moisture from the Gulf of Mexico and funneling it into Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. When this moist air collides with the cold front, widespread heavy rains result. Oklahoma, the epicenter of flooding concerns, with 4 to 7 inches expected in coming days. Locally 10 to 12 inches. Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Norman are under flash flood warnings. Texas, northern and eastern Texas may see 2 to 4 inches, with Dallas-Fort Worth at risk of flash flooding on major roadways. Kansas and Arkansas, broad rainfall of 2 to 3 inches, locally over 5 inches. Wichita and Fort Smith face elevated risk. While rains help ease long-term drought, The hazards are significant: flash flooding, landslides, widespread urban flooding, and agricultural damage. Authorities advise limiting travel during nighttime heavy downpours. Atmospheric setup: cold and moisture collide. The U.S. atmosphere currently exhibits a rare structure. Upper levels: strong northwesterly winds pull cold Canadian air southward. Lower levels: the Four Corners High Channel's Gulf moisture northward. Collision zone: these flows collide to form a moisture conveyor belt across the south-central states, fueling heavy rains while sustaining cooler than average temperatures in the east. In New England and along the east coast, scattered rain accompanies gusty winds. Syracuse, New York recently faced tornado warnings and winds near 80 miles per hour within the past 24 hours, showcasing the intensity of this volatile weather clash. Atlantic heating up. Invest 99L heads toward the Caribbean. Beyond the mainland, the Atlantic is stirring. After Tropical Storm Fernand formed near Bermuda, attention now shifts to Invest 99L, currently near the Lesser Antilles. Invest 99L is still weak due to wind shear and dry air. However, as it enters the Caribbean, where sea surface temperatures are 28 to 30 degrees Celsius, its potential to strengthen increases. Forecast scenarios: dissipates over Central America, bringing only heavy rain, moves into the Gulf of Mexico, where favorable conditions could allow tropical storm development. Tracks toward Florida are the southeast U.S., less likely but dangerous if it maintains structure. With late August and early September accounting for over 70% of strong hurricanes historically, 99L cannot be ignored. Economic and social impacts. Agriculture: frost threatens corn and soybean crops in the Midwest, while floods endanger cotton and wheat in the south-central region. Transportation: dense morning fog in the Midwest and slick, flooded roads in Oklahoma and Texas pose travel hazards. Health: sudden temperature swings may trigger colds and respiratory illnesses, especially among the elderly and children. Energy: cooler east means less demand for air conditioning, but persistent western heat strains power supply balance. Historical comparison: historical data shows such a strong late August cold outbreak is rare. In the past decade, only 2 to 3 notable events occurred, and most were short-lived. In 2025, the intensity and duration of this cold spell stand out, underscoring how climate change is driving more extreme and unpredictable weather. In conclusion, the United States over the next 7 days will simultaneously confront 3 major threats: record-breaking cold, severe flood potential in the south-central states, and the tropical disturbance 99L in the Atlantic. This rare combination sets the stage for a tense and volatile week of weather. Residents are urged to follow forecasts closely and prepare, from farming operations to daily travel and personal safety. While this may bring refreshing coolness at summer's end, it is also a stark reminder of nature's unpredictability. This concludes today's U.S. Weather Forecast News Bulletin. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated with the latest weather developments. Wishing you a safe and peaceful week ahead.